So next we have another sub-unit, law of variable proportion. Look at the board. Law of variable proportion. Law of variable proportion. It is 4 marks question. Explain the law of variable proportion. The law of variable proportion, it applies in the short run. It applies in the short run. It explains the relationship between fixed input, fixed inputs, and variable inputs and output It is very important. The law of variable proportion. It explains the relationship between proportion fixed inputs and variable inputs on the one hand and the output on the other hand. So the law of variable proportion explains or it shows the relationship between fixed inputs. Here certain inputs are fixed, certain factors of production are fixed. Land, machines, or capital and organization, these are fixed. And variable inputs, variable means changeable, we can change, a company can change. So variable input is labor, here. So it explains the law of variable proportion explains the relationship between fixed input and variable input on the one hand and the output on the other hand. If a company wants to increase, its production or output, it has to increase variable inputs, keeping fixed input constant. So here he wants to increase or there is no change in fixed inputs. Land, machines, these are remain same, and only it increases labor. And the output increases. In three stages. So here the law of variable proportion, there are assumptions of the law. There are certain assumptions of the law. One is technology is remaining constant. Technology is remaining constant. There is no change in technology. And some inputs are constant. Second one is some inputs are constant. Here, capital, land, and organization, these are constant. And variable factors efficiency remains same. Variable factor is here labor. Labor, it is a variable factor. It means a company can increase the number of laborers in the company and their efficiency, laborers' efficiency remains same. And so these are assumptions of this concept. One is technology remains constant and some inputs remains constant and the variable input is labor and efficiency also remains same. There are three stages of law of variable proportion. One is increasing returns. First stage of increasing returns. First stage increasing returns. Second is decreasing returns. And third one is negative returns. There are three stages of variable proportion. When a company or factory increase the number of laborers, keeping fixed factor constant, fixed cost factors constant, the output increases in the three stages. Initially, the output increases. There is output increases at an increasing rate, that is known as increasing returns. Then output increases at a diminishing rate, it is known as decreasing returns. And we have when output after a stage, second stage, negative returns, output decreases. So this may explain with help of a diagram. So this diagram help us to understand very clearly. Draw this figure. So it is x-axis, it is 1. Along x-axis we measure number of laborers. Along this axis we measure total product, marginal product, and average product. Total product, along the y-axis we measure total product, marginal product, and average product. Now we have to draw the curves, total product curve, marginal product curve, and average product curve. It is total product. Total product is maximum at point this. At point E, total product is maximum. And next, we have to draw marginal product curve. Marginal product curve. It is a marginal product curve. And then we have average product curve. Average product curve. Look at the diagram. So here it is average product curve. Average product curve. A3. So here, look at diagram. Look at the diagram. In this diagram, there are three stages. One is it is first stage. First stage. And it is second stage. And it is third stage. Second stage and third stage. So there are three stages. There are three stages. Now, first stage, look at the figure. First stage, total product increasing continuously. Total product increasing. And next, marginal product also increasing. Marginal product also increasing. And average product also increasing. Average product also increasing. So, marginal product and total product. Marginal product and total product. These are increasing. These are increasing. So here, it moves towards, it is due to efficiency of labor increases, and here fixed factor of production, namely land, capital and organization. These are abundant, these are excess, these are more compared to the quantity of variable factor compared to the labor. So till this stage up to first stage, end of the first stage of labor, up to this stage, say here, it is L1, it is L2, up to L1 stage of labor, total product increases up to this stage, L1 stage of labor, total product increases at an increasing rate. Next one, decreasing or diminishing. Decreasing total output. Here, look at this. Total output after this stage. Total output increases. Total output after the first stage. Total output increases, but at a diminishing rate. Diminishing rate. At the end of second stage, at the end of the second stage, total output is maximum. Total output is maximum. So it continues. Second stage, it continues up to this E level of output. At E level of output is maximum. Output is maximum. And marginal product becomes zero. At the end of the second stage, marginal output. Look at this marginal output curve, MP curve it is. Marginal output. So it becomes zero. It becomes zero here. At the end of the second stage, total output is maximum and marginal output becomes zero. And average output decreasing. Average output is curve, average AP curve, it is decreasing. At the initial stage of the second stage, average output is maximum. After this, average output decreasing. And next we have third, negative returns. Negative returns or third stage. Total output. This total output decreasing. Total output curve it is decreasing, diminishing. And marginal output becomes negative. Here becomes negative. So here after zero, it becomes negative, this curve. And average output curve also decreasing. There is a sharp decrease in average output. So here, this is the explanation regarding the law of variable proportion. Next we have the another. It is applies to short run. The law of variable proportion applies to short run. We have the another returns to scale. It applies to long run. We will discuss it in next bit.